You already know who this is, the super saucy flossy vet, man, the whole threat, man, not the host pet, man. Checking in one time on Food Stamp TV. You already know it.
Bet. Okay, we got Mucho, aka the vet, not the pet.
The vet,
Mucho,
not the pet.
East Atlanta native, recently released 8th album, The Return of Church.
Return of Church.
Mucho has released music consistently since 2020 under his moniker The Vet. Originally a producer, he has now begun a solid fan base as an artist. Welcome, Food Stamp TV, my brother.
What's happening?
Hey, tell us a story about what you know about food stamps. You got a story about food stamps?
I ain't really got no food story about no food stamp. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had to do no food stamp growing up. But I would say really had to do the food stamp when I got in college. Yeah. I did the food stamp when I got in college. And then I had one time had the food stamps in North Augusta and came to Atlanta and bought $100 worth of groceries. Got to the line and the card cut off. Had $100 worth of groceries and the card cut off because we was buying groceries in Atlanta and we was supposed to buy groceries in South Carolina.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't even know it didn't work across state lines. Yeah.
Nah, that was not fucking with that. Imagine being in Walmart and how the lines is and you can't pay for the food.
Hey, you on food stamp? Hell no.
Who the hell gonna put all that shit back?
Well,
and you just walk out?
They talking about your ass for a week straight.
Yeah. He gonna put all that food up here.
Nah, hell no. That's funny.
And he couldn't pay for it.
Yeah, and he couldn't pay for it. Well, I want to say congratulations, you know what I'm saying, on the release of the new album. And, you know, I hear a lot of growth on the album in the direction, you know, going back to 2020, The Vet, Not the Pet. What made you drop a rap album?
Oh, I mean, shit, what else we was gonna do? We gonna drop an R&B album? I really want to drop an R&B album for real. I don't know how the hell they gonna sound, but they gonna sound fire though. I would say the beginning of this shit was actually me being a producer and doing a compilation album. I think the compilation album from that aspect of things started off like, all right, shit, you know, I'm gonna have all the niggas that I fuck with on here. But then I'm just gonna sprinkle a little me on there. And then come to find out, I listen to myself. I'm like, I actually sound fire. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do one. And then that one turned into damn 20. And then 20 turned into 8 albums later. Like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that's the biggest thing was just actually just being a creative. I think that's more than anything. That being a creative is what separate me more than anything than just being my authentic self.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of skits on your earlier albums. You know what I'm saying? It was very like skit heavy, but not so much on the last two. Was that done to set the tone to introduce the vet to the world?
I think when you go to the first two of them, as far as skit wise, it was to introduce what you can get out of this to start a storyline. You want to be creative and do a storyline big time. I think a lot of people get into albums don't understand. Like back then when we used to listen to albums, them albums used to really slick these storylines. And you didn't realize it was a storyline until you really just dissect the album as a whole as you got older, as you grew. But then so in that time frame for me, so heavily in the skits because nobody was doing skits. So if nobody doing skits, then what you know, so who can do it? So I decided to do the skits. And then we get to this one, I just wanted to do more sound. You know, I want you to hear the sound. I think sometimes me being the producer get overshadowed than me being a rapper in the sense because I really be putting some words together for real. If you really just sit and just listen, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like, and I don't even really be trying. Mm-hmm. So that's the fun part about it.
Well, I mean, in a time where everything has to be authentic and raw and real, you know, you characterize your art. Yeah. Why do you choose this way to express yourself rather than talk about raw reality of, you know, life, you know, pain music, you know, how the pain music is what really be.
I ain't never struggled. The fuck? Yeah, what I'm struggling for? We ain't struggling on shit. Why would I want to struggle? Why would I want to reflect on that type of life? For what? You know what I'm saying? You glorify the top dog life all the time by the person that's being the the person with the Gucci, the Prada, all that. You do that. You glorify that person all the time. Why the hell I want to talk about being sad all the fucking time? For what? Oh, I went through the pain. I went through the struggle. All right, cool. You did that. Great job. Now you gonna talk. Now you gonna talk about all the good shit. You want to talk about the bad shit. But I think more than anything, as far as just the reality aspect of things, is I think it'll eventually get to that point. I think I'm just having fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really just having fun, really showing the individual like, oh no, I'm really better than a lot of y'all niggas for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I want to show you that I'm really better than you for what? Like you really not fire. You really just be making bullshit ass music, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you gonna keep putting a little dim on light on me, I'm gonna still do my thing. We gonna grind under the radar. We ain't caring about the extra lights and shit like that. I was just telling nigga that yesterday. We caring about all that shit. We ain't in front of nigga faces for what? We them niggas, been them niggas. For why would I want to be in front of some other niggas for? That gay. You can't say that. Cause they gonna be like, they gonna bash you on TV, on internet. They gonna bash you. But nah, that's lying. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do shit like that. Like I don't. We ain't been in front of 4 faces. Nah, I don't care about all that.
Yeah. Pop your shit. I fuck with it. Now, what's the difference between Mucho and the vet though?
You know, vet gonna be it's crazy because you got all different sides of me though, and I feel like that's really some crazy shit. That's some real craziness. But the difference between the vet and Mucho, I would say vet more player, vet a player guy. Vet like the inner. I think I hit that thing, but vet like the player, the inner player of myself. You know what I'm saying? And Mucho just an all around person. Like he just that guy. He's gonna be that guy. He's gonna be me. And I'm me. I ain't gonna be nobody else. So
You really not new to none of this. You really been around in the game, in the industry for a long time.
I've been birthing niggas for a long ass time.
Pop it.
You know what I'm saying? I've been planting seeds around this bitch. I'm really a part of real history around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga talk about these people and that people, but I was really around and I really was doing shit before a lot of niggas were doing it. You know
like what?
Everything, whatever you want to.
Nah, people don't even know you was in the Wood Rico video with Soulja Boy and Showstoppers.
But in the end of the day, for that's more of I was already in Showstoppers when we was in the skate ring. We was just kicking it with each other, and then we became a dance group at that time. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we was popping. That was a fun time. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. I think that's the glory years of when you were popping. But for us growing up, in a sense, was either you played in the park. You know what I'm saying? You were somebody in the park. You knew somebody. You played basketball, baseball, football in the park. You were known in the park, and then you became known by going to the skate ring. You know what I'm saying? You go to the skate ring. That's how you got your name. That's how people knew who you was. And then you start going to team club. That's how you knew who you was. People started fucking with you there. And then from going from the team clubs, it's like, all right, from us, it's like, what you gonna do now? You gonna start throwing parties? What you gonna do? We start throwing parties. Fuck it. But we was doing we would start also we were fucking around at that time for me at 13 wise, the cater aspect of things, that was showstopper era too at the same time. That's when you get so many different individuals that don't popped up and start blossoming into it at the same time. But then you also have individuals at that time too that was in the street shit. You know what I'm saying? They got their name popping in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I've been around and been doing so much fire shit. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? From that Wasted Wednesdays. What else we can just name? I can keep going if I need to keep going, but I just named just the low hanging fruit ones. They be like, oh, okay, hosting a party. Really, what fire the ET. I was fire the ET.
I mean that's real talk because growing up, everybody in the mainstream always talk about side Atlanta. Atlanta is just a popular term just mentioned in the mainstream period. But I don't feel like the East Side really gets a lot of recognition as far as like the flavor and the culture of the city. You know what I'm saying? The West Side, is known for the trap in the hood, the struggle, the pain, you know what I mean? But when you said that it was fun growing up, I think that that symbolizes kind of how our culture, the culture was on the East Side. Just talk about that a little bit more. I mean, I know the parties and stuff like that, but like the era of music that really started going crazy.
I think the era music, I mean, for us in the sense where the music started really going crazy was, ooh, I'm finna go in the back. My high school was a real music school. So like, shit, going to Cedar Grove, shit. Before a real bankroll, it was a Killer Clan posse. You know what I'm saying? What if not Killer Clan posse? Damn, what's AFD? It was called AFD affiliated. You know what I'm saying? Affiliated was a group that was in Cedar Grove hallways, crime mob, real Cedar Grove, you know what I'm saying, legends in the sense where they CDs used to float around the hallways, and you'll get a CD that might just have 10 songs on it. You get another CD that got 3 songs on it. Then you got somebody got 20 songs on the CD that you ain't never heard of crime mob in your life, but you got this shit. How the fuck did you get this shit? These are gems that are just floating around. And they floating around between goddamn Cedar Grove, MLK of crime mob CDs. And then but the neighborhood songs and the neighborhood groups from the Ellen Woods, the Greshams, and shit like that became popular. And then when the beginning drill music in the sense of Black Mob, Born Threat, that's real drill music to us, you know what I'm saying? Because they were really beefing with each other. They was really going hard with that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but they were really making songs against each other, killing, drilling, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. So those songs really shaped our culture. But then you start seeing individuals come out of the woodworks making certain songs about girls and that shit turning up, and you going to sugar bell parties and going to the Tylers and shit like that. But then we was the young niggas where shit, we were going to Envy. You know what I'm saying? We were going to Envy and we were going to the bounce. We'll go post outside the bounce. You know what I'm saying? And nigga wouldn't even know we was even 16, 17 years old, post outside the bounce and go inside the bounce. And I'm inside the bounce, a crime mob doing they 30 deep. You know what I'm saying? And we in the bounce. So it's like you have time frames where at that time, going to the club at a younger age was actually cool. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we was exposed to that shit so heavy and so fast too at the same time. I think my first strip club was 14. And that was Jazzy T.
What kind of impact do you think that has had on the culture though as a whole?
I think the fact that the biggest thing for us to have, far as the to answer your full question, because I know exactly what you want and how you get what you get into in this question is where we are now, far as the music that we have now. We gave that music too much to the individuals. You gotta think about it at a time frame. They were picking at certain music that we were doing. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be like, okay, shit, New York niggas, and they be like, oh shit, they made a song, Walk It Out. Oh, Jim Jones, them go get on Walk It Out song. Let's make it popping in the world of hip hop, because hip hop was so heavily driven towards a New York sound. So with this heavily joined to a New York sound, being in Atlanta is the strip club culture at that time, the style of music was actually fun for them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't making fun music up there. So the industry is looking for a bag to go get, because that's a bag to go get. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a bag to go get, is great. And then that's what the industry was doing for a long time, was because we brought energy to the actual platform of music. And then now since we haven't have that energy towards the music at all in Atlanta, is getting to the point where anybody can do music. So if anybody can do it, anybody can make the sound. Anybody can create your sound at any moment. So now we've given the sauce. You know what I'm saying? I was just explaining this to like a nigga in a car game. If the nigga in the car game, we'll just say like a nigga like Dump Master. Dump Master was beating everybody in the car game because he had all these upgrades on his car that nobody had. And then all of a sudden, he started showing everybody what the hell he was going on. Get what? Them niggas started looking in their car. They started seeing what he got on. Get what? They started beating his ass. Because get what? He gave the game. You know what I'm saying? Which he's supposed to do. And that's what we did as a culture, as Atlanta in the music. We gave the game. Because shit, think about it, a lot of the artists that were making music, they wasn't making music at studios. They were going and they were making music at the crib. we gave the game. Niggas started making music at the crib. That's why you got niggas in the house making music
Facts.
all the time because Atlanta niggas was making game. Atlanta niggas wasn't going to the studios. You been with a studio. We in the middle of the woods in a trailer park. In a trailer. We're in a trailer studio with
Mm-hmm.
everything in it. Making
Everything.
making
Mm.
everything in it. Making music in a trailer. It's
Say it
the
again.
at the house. It's a trailer. Like what? Yeah, but yeah, but at the end of the day, that's where you know what I'm saying. That's where we were able to kind of get that whole frame of we gonna do our own work. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got to go to the studio. You had the studios around, but people really were doing their own work. And then up north, I had to go to a studio. Ain't nobody doing that shit in no crib, no little ass box up in the north. It's too noisy. You know what I'm saying? So
That makes sense.
yeah.
That makes sense. And speaking of like just the music, you know what I mean? How do you get new fans to tap into your campaign? Like what do you have any type of speaking of giving game, you know, or is it just unique to you?
I think it's unique to me. I think the more than anything for myself has always been organic. I ain't
Mm.
forcing my music on you. I think a lot of artists now, because they want to get that music seen, because of the fact that they see that shit, they see the bad, they forcing that music on you. Now you forcing that music on me so much, I don't even like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. That's just like a nigga at the gas station. I got that gas, boy, I am good. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the fuck you selling. You don't sold me one one good nugget, one bad nugget. I don't got some air at you. You know what I'm saying? So like now at this point, like, you know, the biggest thing is like, you know, for artists in the sense is have that organic connection to your people, but then also make good music because half of niggas really making music ain't really making good music. They're really some bullshit. And they think it's good music then, but I look at the majority of mass individuals that are taking this music in, y'all okay with it because y'all some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? You like bullshit, so y'all bullshit all flock together. So, I mean, I can't knock you and I can't steer your ear wrong to what's good music, but at the end of the day, you like what you like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you like. So from an artist standpoint, I'm just gonna make the music for the people that like what they like. You know what I'm saying? And they just play music.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you earlier you mentioned that you originally were a producer,
Yeah.
that stepped into the artist side, you know, and on that artist side, music releases, what do you wish people would embrace on new artists?
I don't really. I cause I can't really look at it as a new artist. We can look at it as a new artist, but I think that for myself, if it's a involving artist or artist is just coming in and he just hit the scene or whatever the case may be, um, finding your connectivity, I think is the biggest thing. Like how have you connected to whoever you connected to, um, your fan base gonna rock with you, and we've seen that, we know that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different genre, alternate rap music that niggas rap off beat. They are turned in somebody's world. You know what I'm saying? And they doing hella shows in somebody's world because they rap off beat. You don't understand nothing they say, and they can't even rap the song and perform it live
Does that
because
matter? Does that matter?
that matters like a motherfucker. That would really separate. So let's put it like this: have the alternate rap music alone, have you seen anybody from the alternate rap music genre really blow? It's popping in a society, but you ain't seen nobody just put it on and put it back behind it. I seen an A&R girl look at say, oh no, this is an artist that I'm looking at, and I start playing the music on my own. I say, whoa, you work for the company and you looking for this, and this is the next artist that you trying to push. And I was just looking like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Are they believing in you or are they believing in the artist? Like who is the give or take of this? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
I mean, I just feel like, we're from a different, we ain't old, but in today's time, people make it seem like, stuff that we talk about that we used to do when we were younger in our teen and early 20 years, you know, that we super old, but it's really not that old. Do you think that there is a lost comprehension and understanding what true art is, to and which is why people gravitate towards more the rapping off beat, not really rhyming?
I think it's too. I mean, too, because I went through a rabbit hole of individuals where they were just so lyrical though, and it's a lot of them just lyrically, just like inclined on some like Nick Grant, uh, just lyrical guys, like you know those type of styles, like they like that too though. But then I would just be like, all right, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, but how can they? They're not evolving, you know what I'm saying? But they're not evolving because of the fact that the labels are not looking for that, or you know what I'm saying, or in a sense, but then also your fan base is not gonna grow off that music because everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody doing it, and that's the biggest thing. You just another goldfish in the water. You know what I'm saying? Just around there swimming around because you can't get no bigger with all the rest of these goldfishes in here. You know what I'm saying? So how do you separate yourself? That's where you get the separation aspect of how these artists now, in a sense, because they have grown in another direction by doing the most awkwardest shit that gets them seen. You know what I'm saying? Because the lens is on them 24/7. So
Facts. Okay.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna go back to the album drop. You just released a new visual, Return to Church.
Yeah, produced by
It
me.
is by far your most controversial visual that you have shot and released so far. You rapping like that, talking about a stripper shaking ass in front of a church.
Yeah.
What made you what in the mind of the vet or Mucho? What made you decide you was just gonna go all in on that?
Well, we wouldn't even, if you think about it, see, you didn't even give a fuck either when we were sitting there shooting it. You
Because I understood.
because you
I
understood.
understood. I mean, you know,
Yeah, you
I'm a
understood.
Christian.
I
I
really,
understand, but
I understand. And
I
then
separated my faith from
we
what
still
you
had
was
people that
trying.
were just looking.
They were walking past
Yeah,
white people with dogs.
yeah, people driving by just looking.
Yeah, man
But
was
they
looking.
wasn't. It wasn't that. It
Mucho
was.
had on all white,
But
looking like
but still, they wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? They just looking. They
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But you definitely have the people that definitely be like, that was disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the church to be talking about strippers and shaking ass and this, that, and the third. And I be like, damn, it's art. You know what I'm saying? It's an art piece. And they're like, well, you don't need to do art. You know what I'm saying? What?
Put the crowns up.
Yeah.
Ain't no art for you.
That's not art. That's not art.
That's
I'm
not
like,
art.
all right. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing is like um understanding like the theme of what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? The song says return to the church. The album is return to the church. Well, let's just do this shit in front of a church. You know what I'm saying? So don't even be surprised if I fucking find a fucking church and do a whole show in the church. You know what I'm saying? Well, God said, come as you are.
He already knew you was. He already knew you was about to do something foolish.
Yeah,
he knew it.
God said, come as you are.
He knew it.
So, you know what I'm saying?
He said if you could bring the strippers, bring them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We should have just brought the strippers. So
that would have been wild.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. I think nobody would have never said anything if it was a bigger artist and they had a whole production out there.
Yeah, you right.
They wouldn't have said nothing then.
Yeah.
Big Boy and UGK them.
Is there an international player?
International player. They're at the church.
Yeah.
In the original video.
Yeah. But that, I mean, I ain't trying to go back, but that just goes back to what I was just saying about generations and the way people think these days.
I think a lot of people are very sensitive.
Yeah.
For sure.
Too sensitive.
Too sensitive. Everything's sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say nothing in these time frames. It's crazy you say this because did you see at the beginning of Rush Hour 2, it stated some new briefing. This movie was made back then, so the words and things that are being said is outdated. So please don't be offended by da da da. This is at the beginning of the new Rush Hour when it comes on TV.
Damn.
That's how sensitive people is. Can't even watch a movie and just laugh.
Damn.
Cause somebody gonna complain about, oh my God, he had Chinese whores in there. you
yeah,
yeah.
That's a good point. So what would you say is your favorite song off the album?
Favorite song off the Return to Church will probably be it's a mix up. I would say. Can I give you
Okay.
two? Probably Clico Spillings.
I fuck with Clico Spinners.
Yeah. Clico Spillings and Life of a P.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Life
You
of a P.
you always have on every album, you always have like this super disrespectful, but like I ain't gonna say disrespectful, but people would perceive it as disrespectful, but it's so catchy. I don't want what is it? I don't give a fuck about the pussy, but I want money, hoe.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't give a fuck about that pussy. I just want money, ho.
yeah. Every
Why not? I mean, you have to. It's a character theme of just actually in that mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning of a song, I just make songs for a nigga that just want to wake up every day and be like, "Boy, I'm just him. I'm a player." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I need to make songs for a nigga that's down and sad? You know what I'm
But you
saying?
know what I like about your catalog from the beginning to now? It becomes like, so when you first came out with the Vet Not the Pet, it was heavy bass driven, like heavy bass, heavy knocker, just going crazy, super southern sounding. But then when you move into Chevy Dreams, the production began to be a little bit more elegant and more like the beats, the beat selection. And what I hear now is a combination of the two. On the
Yeah,
return of the church,
yeah.
return of
I think
church.
that's always for myself being a producer. That's my marketing tactic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't understand we really creatively think differently than a lot of motherfuckers to like really get where you gotta go. You want a nigga to really drop some gem, that's a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like why would I be stuck in a box? You know what I'm saying? Like if I was a producer and I'm a producer and I'm making music, why do I want to be just stuck in this box? But don't get me wrong, you fuck with me for my sound, you fuck for what I like, but then I want to give you this. And I've always said this, like I want to give you that player shit something. I want to see what you sound like on this. I want to give you like this whole sample aspect of things too at the same time. But okay, cool. You want to up the smoke? We can go and get in the smoke too, though. You know what I'm saying? Really make hard ass shit too. So, but then too, from a artist perspective of just creating the sound and just creating behind your sound, you always want to elevate your sound too, though. It helps you elevate your sound. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you sounded like on your last tape. Like, how can I get better on this tape? Or what's the vibe of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you said it was heavy bass sounding in the beginning with Vets, the beginning of Vets, the nigga ain't know where the fuck he was going. He was just making hella songs, and it was just like, all right, okay, do what we doing. Then, okay, I got hella beats laying around. I'm finna rap on these bitches. Fuck it, this what we doing. But then when it started picking up on traction on individuals listening to it, you fucking with it, you diving into it, it's like, all right, cool. All right, shit, he need really fucking with this shit. Let's really clean this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's really think about like, all right, cool. Niggas really asking you why you when you dropping again. This is fire. Like, oh, this hard. So now you pushing me on the low. You know what I'm saying? I really don't feel like doing this shit. So when you get to, but now when you get to Return of a Church, you got Sheldon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sheldon on that motherfucker sounds exactly like me. But it's fire because of the fact that like you get to get a producer around you that make the same style beats as you, but he just elevates you. Then take a little bit off me because shit, I'm rapping, I'm making the beat, I'm mixing the beat. I'm sending it to Mark so he can master the beat. We're promoting this shit. Oh, let me call Sierra. Let's see if we can shoot some. We ain't can't shoot nothing. Fuck it. I'm gonna shoot it myself. And then when I'm gonna shoot it myself, I'm gonna edit this bitch myself. And now when I edit this bitch myself, now I gotta figure out my rollout plan. What I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna market this bitch, and what I'm gonna do, and how I'm gonna utilize myself to get there with that shit. It was a time frame when I was just giving nigga fits was for a rollout. I was just dropping a fit every week before we got to the actual take, just giving you a different style or whatever the case may be to get to that point, and it started building traction. So it's just like little shit, playing mind games with a person on the real shit on the social media tip. But from that aspect of things, it's like that's where you get a true artist, a person that's doing everything. So motherfucker be telling me that you can't do this, that, and the third, you don't know how to do this. I be looking at you like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna wait on a man or what not? What he said earlier, you don't wait on nobody. I don't wait on the soul for what? You know what I'm saying? What I'm waiting on you for, you're not taking my crowd seriously the same way I'm taking it serious. If you need some money, say you need some money up front so we can get the business squared away, whatever the case may be, so we can do shit. We move shit and move in a business sense, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people because they're not really moving in the business sense. You know what I'm saying? If you really gonna use your shit as a platform for you to look like you doing something, you don't need to do it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your ball game. This ain't what you need to be doing if you ain't really taking your shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that are really taking their shit serious and taking their shit to the next level on themselves. And I'm just one of them individuals that take the shit next level on themselves because of the fact that you not finna just tell me that, oh no, bro, I couldn't do it because I couldn't get no, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this shit done myself. Let me get this shit out myself because I'm waiting on you. It's prolonging me. You know what I'm saying? So if you prolonging my process and you give me back the bullshit ass work, how am I growing? I'm waiting on
Facts.
you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on you. What I'm waiting for? How are we growing? How are you growing as a person, as a business person? You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand how to grow as a business person, you need to get the fuck out the game. You too old for that shit. There's a lot of motherfuckers too old. There's no games that you're supposed to give to the younger niggas to understand how to really move. That's why the young niggas really be progressive because of the fact that they got a lot of niggas around them, so they ready to shoot. And they ready to put that shit out fast because he ready to work. You know what I'm saying? That's how them young niggas blow up. They said a young nigga, I don't even know, I forgot the young nigga name, Baby Rack or some shit like that. Nigga dropped 27 videos in a year. I said, what? Oh, he had
Oh,
this.
they going crazy.
He had this amount of videos at this time. And then now, you know what I'm saying? He only had this amount of videos and he got this many amount of followers. But when he dropped 27 videos, he got this amount of followers because them niggas working. You know what I'm saying? So like now just at the end of the day, for niggas that are older, you doing this work, whatever case may be. I understand you want to have your business together, you want to be a business person, but you got to understand how to be a business person. You know what I'm saying? Not just be doing some shit just because that shit sound good and they look good.
You can't just be worrying about supply and the quality of supply. You got to meet the demand.
You got to meet the man. You got to be every top shelf, top hat in the business. Period. That's why at the end of the day, I can say, yeah, I want a manager. Yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, that manager person has to be equal to me or he has to do more than me. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to have way more connections than I have for you to do anything because of the fact that if your mindset ain't like my mindset of how we move and how we motion inside the business, I can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You holding me back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be held back because you lack luster. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to be great because you want to be average. What? Who's been average? That's why I said earlier. I ain't never struggled. The fuck? What we struggling for? You
So
know
it's like if you
what we
can't match
struggling for?
if you can't match my hustle, then what we talking about?
Yeah, what are we struggling for? What I'm struggling for? You know what I'm saying? That's that crazy. I'm not gonna talk about no struggle. What are we struggling for?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like I feel that, and so shit. I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart. Y'all cut that part. Cut that out. Nah, for real, Mucho. It's been a pleasure, sitting down, chopping it up. You know what I mean? Before we go, what can people expect? People that have not heard the album, what can they and should they expect from Return to Church?
I think top to bottom. I think the thing about it, the hardest part about me is, and this just respect that I've just been smacking niggas in the face with the whole time. You is only a certain amount of artists, even your favorite artists, that have 5 songs starred on their albums.
That's facts. That's true.
Your favorite artists
Less than that.
don't even really have like 5 starred songs on their album.
It be like 3.
Back from 2022, 2020, every album is 5 to 6 starred up. What else I want to talk about? The people tell you what it is. I'm just a nigga gonna give you the supply. Here you go. If you gonna pick it up, you gonna pick it out. You know what I'm saying? I always say that, hey man, I'm gonna leave some salt packets on the ground. Either you gonna pick them motherfuckers up or nah. You know what I'm saying?
It's the right clothes get chose with their mouth closed.
You already know it.
That's what's up. Well, Mucho, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by Food Stamp TV.
Food Stamp TV.
You know,
EBT.
How we close it out? What we do? You know, give us a little game. Give us a little player game before we head out.
A little player game. Oh, I ain't getting no player game.
Why?
Fuck that.
What you say? You gotta check the album.
Oh, no, just check on the album, man. Just go to the album. I'm gonna give y'all the game that you need to have. You know what I'm saying? I don't give you enough game in the interview already. If you ain't pick up none of those salt packages out of the ground, you are a plum fool.
Where can everybody find you?
Mucho _Deniro, that's DENRO, because I was retarded when I made that motherfucker. It wasn't DIN. I ain't Mexican. Yeah. Church.
That's what's up.